Sup Shredders, my name is Logan, aka Spiderhands, and welcome to an SP Reacts, where today we have ourselves a track from an act named AvertedVision titled Freight Romeo. Now if we switch over to here, we have ourselves a track on the screen on YouTube now. Admittedly, this is not the first time that I've listened to AvertedVision's music. It's going to be good to check out more, and we're going to listen through it from start till finish, and we're going to hear what we think. Let's go, let's do it. What do we got? I mean, it comes in pretty immediately with the guitars, right? I mean, the peppiness of the vocals and the guitars is a great vibe.
To the hum of the engine light, coffee in 0G feels just right. Got a load of crates in the neon dream, jumping orbit lines like it's routine, zipping past the rings of Saturn slow, meteor showers putting on a show, radio plays that old earth tune, while I'm hauling stars beneath the moon.
So I think it's effective how we're having the different vocal tiles. It's nice to have the melodies summarized in different ways.
No gravity, no ties to ground, just me and the cargo planet bound. Every dock a brand new scene, in my ship I'm feeling free. I'm a star Freight Romeo flying solo, dock to dock with a cosmic glow. Midnight runs through the galaxy, this space life's everything to me. I don't need gold or fancy fame, just that cargo calling my name, with the stars above and the thrusters low. I'm a spaceman, baby, and I love the road.
And there's a nice bass response in the low end there. A funkiness with the percussion and the sublayers.
On Titan's moon, trade a stardust for a silver tune. Jupiter's got the best rocket fuel, where the robot bartenders play it cool. Jamming in my helmet to Martian beats. Boots don't touch down, but I move my feet. Messages from Earth come in late, but up here I just can't wait. No traffic.
There's little things like the guitar is just going off to the side a little bit, kind of automating and panning that way.
No 9 to 5, just hyper jumps to stay alive. Every haul a badge of pride. I've got stardust in my stride. I'm a star Freight Romeo flying solo, dock to dock with a cosmic glow. Midnight runs through the galaxy, this space life's everything to me. I don't need gold or fancy fame, just that cargo calling my name, with the stars above and the thrusters low. I'm a spaceman, baby, and I love the road.
You kind of imagine like a cute little animated video with them going around the place. I feel like this is the value of music videos, because whilst the visualizer here is nice, you could definitely like get someone to animate the person going on that adventure and just make it maybe just even like a little more cutesy or something like that. You know what I mean?
Fuel tanks full and the nav is set. This is the best job I've ever had yet. No one's chasing dreams like me in a ship named Liberty. I'm a star Freight
Extension.
Romeo flying solo,
Unpredictable.
from station lights to the black unknown. Galactic beats in my stereo. This cargo heart's never feeling low. So tell the earth they can keep the ground. I found my heaven where stars are found.
It's nicely balanced by the snares at the end, the 16th note fill, and a little kind of like box delay on it. A little kind of like synthy kind of rhythm on the side. Yeah, it's a nice track. We're going to talk about it more in the conclusion. So that was Freight Romeo, a song from AvertedVision. I think it's about someone who's going across the galaxy, flirting with girls on Titan's moon, but also just going across the world in a cargo, exploring, having great adventures. It's pretty easy to sort of follow along to and figure out what's going on. It's a fantastic start to proceedings, and I think that people who are unfamiliar with AvertedVision's work can probably sort of like get behind this as a standalone track, kind of figure out the gist of it. It's good, it's compelling, it sounds like a celebration. One of the things that works really well here within this track is that everything seems really happy to be there, from the brass to the guitars to the keys to the drums to the bass to the vocalists and everyone else going on there. There's a fervent charisma and energy that surrounds it, and it's just really pleasant to listen to because of that. I cannot understate how important it is to remember that music is kind of meant to be entertainment in a sense. It's meant to affect human beings and make you feel a certain thing. And while I think I'm so jaded and cynical that I didn't necessarily dance around with it myself, most likely because I was kind of like focusing on listening and analyzing it, I can imagine that a lot of people who are less kind of involved would like listen to it and probably want to sort of like dance around and enjoy it. I think that what it tries to do here makes sense. It's meant to, again, celebrate the lifestyle of the person with that freedom to go on the road in their massive starship and sort of travel around the place, and I think that it handles that mood well, and things are quite well connected. I think that also it's simply not just the approach with the style and the implementation of things, the approach, but it's also the way that the rhythms work within it. I like the chord note accents. They have a lot of the elements of like the kicks and snares and stuff like that. I think that it's great to have that dance pace to it. It encourages people to sort of nod their head and sort of vibe along to it. But it's also that we have a lot of really interesting ideas with like 8ths, 16ths, and 32nds underneath the surface with various sub-layering and drum parts. And it's just nice to have that fleshed out that neatly. Sometimes you'll have very occasional 16ths or very occasional 8ths or whatever, in faster ones or even triplets or whatever, and trill and fill transitions. But here we don't have that. There are lots of interesting syncopated and on-beat parts there. There's different instruments like the brass kind of going away from what the 16th note hi-hats are doing on the kit there. And sometimes they're with the vocals and sometimes they're off of it. They're in unison and they sort of separate. And there's this sort of like push and pull throughout the entirety of the track, almost like people are dancing and pulling each other in and sort of like, you know what I mean? There's a great atmosphere. And when you consider that music inherently needs variety rhythmically in order to be intriguing for 4.5 minutes, simply because if you had chord notes for 4.5 minutes, it might just be a little bit too much of the same. It's just nice to have that variety there. I think also, as a final note, the structure of this track is quite well done. I think that it was nice to have adjustments within the instrumental layers there to not give us too much of something or another there, to have that outro kind of be a bit more low-key with the snares and the synth on the side there, to simply have the claps and the guitars at the start as well was good. We have this natural bell curve throughout the track where we're kind of going up as we go along. And then we kind of like reach a peak intensity around the midpoint to the later half, and then we kind of come out at the right point where it makes sense to do so. We are never we have different chord progressions and bass lines, but we never take the listener's attention for granted. And I just think here, how even as I mentioned, the little adjustments of the melodic tails on the vocal parts at the end of each, it's great to have that awareness that you just need to have that diversification. So like, ultimately, I think structurally, in terms of the overall theme and the intent of the parts of the vocals, the chemistry there, as well as the rhythm sections and how everything sort of interacts with the other, those are the main three things I appreciate about this track, Freight Romeo by AvertedVision. There's nothing here I feel could like be improved in the sense that would make it better. I think as a standalone concept, it works very well. It's great to listen to. It's a good time. But thank you for watching my review of this track from an act named AvertedVision titled Freight Romeo, and hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please do go show them some love via their various social medias and their YouTube page, and stay cool and stay safe, and please remember to support your local musicians and artists at this point in time, as you need to help more than ever with all the crazy stuff going on in the world. And just before I go, I just want to quickly clarify something that's bugging me. I think to add more of a, but why is it sort of energetic and upbeat and charismatic to it, there was just an overall major key leaning to it. It's that we simply held it, even if we had points of tension or transitional chords there that might have added a bit of kind of suspense to it, we typically resolved to the major in the in the hook sections, and it was meant to be a really sort of like happy time, but like suave and cool and chic at the same time. I just wanted to add that in case it didn't feel sufficient. But anyways, catch you all on the next SP Reacts. Spiderhands out.